All right, welcome to 45 Live. I do not see anybody here on the live stream or in the chat. I guess Zulu the Alien was here. So hello, Zulu the Alien. We're going to be looking at math today since no one else is here. And then one day I'd like to be able to do a writing lesson or whatnot. So let's just take a look at our math books. And if you happen to miss today's episode or session, that's okay. So we're going to pull out our math book right here. It shows upside down to me. I wish somebody was on the screen that could tell me whether or not it's upside down or right side up. Okay. So earlier today we did some division problems, and one was use division to show 9/12 and 3/4 are equivalent fractions. So in order to do that, we have to figure out what number divides into 9 that also divides into 12. I'm going to use, I tell you guys, use a pencil. Here we have 9/12 and 3/4. Now we got to think of what numbers go into 9 that also go into 12 that are not, of course, prime numbers. Here we have 2. We have 2 divided into 9. Can we do it? Let's double check. Grab our trusty whiteboard. Remember, when you're doing equivalent fractions, whatever you do the same at the bottom, you got to do the same to the top. So 9 divided by 2, it doesn't go evenly because I count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I have to go 5 times. So instead, it's not going to work because I'd get 4 and a half, essentially. So that's not it. I got to be able to find a different number to use. What about 3? Remember, again, if we're dividing the denominator by 3, we have to divide the numerator by 3. If we're dividing the numerator 3 and the denominator also divided by 3, you have to do this because it's equivalent fractions. It's equal. So if you want something to be equal ways, let's say you're taking a pizza and you have 8 slices and you have 4 friends. If you were to share it equally, each friend is going to get 2 slices. You also want to do these equally. So 9 divided by 3 goes 3 times. 12 divided by 3 goes 4 times. 9/12 is equivalent to 3/4. It's the exact same thing. How do I know that? Well, I just have to do the math. So if I take 3/4 and I went by 3s, if you can take the two numbers that you used, so we use 3, and multiply together. So up here we had 3 times 3 equals 9. Then I took 3, multiply that by 4, and I get 12. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. These all have to match. Why? Because they are part of the same fact family. That's super important. I'm going to scan this out here just if anybody is doing this at home after the fact. They can see all that on the board. And Mr. Cox will be right back. All right. Let's do another problem together. So if you are looking at your math book, 9/12. 9/12 is equivalent to 3/4. There's no other number. I can't divide 9 into 4, 5, 6. Now we're just getting too big. None of those are going to fit or they're going to work. How about number 2? Is there a fraction with a smaller numerator and denominator that is equivalent to 4/12? Again, it's asking for us to divide. So here is 4/12. And we have to divide by something. that's going to go into 4 and into 12. There's two numbers that we can use. First, we got to know our multiples. Take the smallest number you know, 4, right? You're like, what is a multiple of 4? What number can I use to get in there? Well, we know that 2 and 4 itself we could use. So we can use either or. You can either say, and it's great to know all your multiplication facts. So we could look at this 12, we're like 2 goes into 12 because those are even numbers. Even numbers always divide into each other. We have 3, 6, 9, 12. That divides. But if I try to divide 3 into 4, it has to be equivalent. So 3 can't divide into 4. You cannot do it and get an even number. That's not going to work. What about 4? 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 4. Or excuse me, is 3. My mistake. 1/3, because 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 1 is 4. Perfect. So I know I could use that as an example. Four twelfths. What else could I use? How about 2? Divide both sides by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 2, 6. 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 2 is 4. That also is an example. So what are our examples? Two, 6. And 1/3. I actually kind of went backwards. 4 twelfths, 2, 6, 1/3. I divided. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 again is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 twelfths, 2, 6, 1/3. I just kept dividing by 2 till we got our lowest common denominator, which actually going to learn later on in 5th grade, I believe. And if somebody says like, oh, we have to reduce the lowest common denominator, you'll actually already know to do it because Mr. Cox is showing you right here on today's live stream. Let's look at some harder ones, okay, that were also on your homework. Actually, we'll just go to number 3 for right now. 6 tenths. Which number goes into 6 and the number goes into 10? We actually did this on the other page today when we were in class. How about 2? 2 divided into 6 is 3. And then we divide, because we divided by 2 up here. We're going to divide by 2 down here. And you're going to get 3/5. Remember, whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top side. This one already gives you a clue. Something divided by 12 is 3. I wonder what it's divided by. 3 times what is 12? Oh, the answer is if you said 4, you're right. So now you have to do it to the top side. Divide both sides by 4, and you are going to get 2/3. Let's do another problem that's down here that may have been a little hard. Oh, look at number 15. Number 15. 4 divided by something is blank. 12 divided blank is 6. 12 divided by 6 is... I'm talking to myself, so it makes it kind of hard to do it. 12 divided by something is 6. Or what number times 6 is 12? Well, it may have a lot of blanks here, but that doesn't mean it has to be hard. You just got to look at what the numbers are. 12 divided by 2 is in fact 6, because 6 times 2 is in fact 12. So that means whatever you do the bottom, you got to do the top. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And my answer becomes 2, 6. Because 2 times 2 is 4. All right, one more, number 20. And then maybe I'll do a problem on the back. 12 going to 8. You don't have to worry about anything else. All you have to worry about in this problem is equivalent fractions. It does not matter. Whatever you divide by the denominator, it's got to be the same as the numerator. 12 and 8. Let's see, what numbers could I use? How about we count by 4s? 4, 8, 12. Well, that seems to work because 4s goes into both. Twelve divided by 4 is 3. 8 divided by 4 is 2. You actually have 3 halves, which turns into a mixed number, which we will not get in today, but it's setting you up for that. Or remember, if you can think about it, to divide it by 3, if you remember, I have 1 whole, which is 2, and remember is 1, it's 1 half. And if I had half of another one, I would have 2 whole. But that is a whole different story for a different day. Let's see if there's a problem on the back I could do. All right, we'll look at number 20. Oh, look at number 30. I'll not go there. Select all the equations that are correct. 12 divided by 3 is 3, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, nope, that's not it. That's wrong. And we also know, because we can look at 3 times 3. Does 3 times 3 equal 12? No. And then it also, for those who are getting away from skip counting, we can't multiply 3 times 3 and get 12. And 3 times 3 is 1, so this one's wrong. 8 divided by 2, or excuse me, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Sounds legit. 2 times 2 is indeed 4. And 2 times 4 is 8. This one is a correct answer. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 10 divided by 5 is 5. Well, that one here looks correct too. Let's double check. 5 times 1 is 5. Good. 10 divided by 5 is 5. Uh-oh. Maybe not. If we ever get confused, like Mr. Coxcj supposedly did, 5 times 5 is 25. But the answer is 10, so we know that's wrong. So this one isn't wrong either. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Let's double check. 2 times 5. 2 times, it's indeed 10. 2 divided by 4 divided by 2 is 2. Looks legit. 2 times 2 is 4. I did my reverse. And 12 divided by 4 is 3, because 4 times 3 is 12. And 8 divided by 4 is 2, because 4 times 2 is 8. This one is also correct. So those are the 3 that we're going ahead and mark on this one. Remember, these numerators and denominators, which you're dividing by, they all have to be the same. If they're not the same, this for equivalent fractions not even going to work. It's no go, no good, not going to happen, zilt 0. But always multiply afterwards. Take your numerator and denominator and go against your quotient or your answer. And if those matches, if you can come back and multiply your numerator and your denominator by your answer and get what you started with, you're always going to be correct. Well, since I'm the one here, that's all the time I have for today. I hope today's lesson did help you as you're able to watch back. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm sorry you can come today. It was short notice. I did not tell anybody ahead of time, unless you were in my class that we were having it today. So hopefully you watch this with your parents and it can help. And then maybe one next time, I would like to do a writing boot camp with some people that would like to come on. Anyways, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.